Millions of Americans have their eyes to the sky trying to unwrap a mystery. Ever since Thanksgiving, there have been thousands of reported drone sightings, mostly in the skies over New Jersey. Now those sightings have spread. Reports of flying objects have cropped up in half a dozen states in the Northeast, some even here in New York City.
All right, everyone, you've come here, you've clicked on this video because you want to know the answer. You want to know what the drones are doing over New Jersey. And I've got the answer right here on The Angry American, so stay tuned. But I need you to pause and smash the like button. Let's smash that like button. It helps the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And like the video, of course. That always helps the algorithm. Let's get right into it. I've got the facts. I've got the answers. Let's go. So I'm over here on X. Elon Musk, the great Elon Musk's X. It's hard to spit out. Anyway, this guy Red Hat posted this. Okay, so this guy at Jersey Futures account was deleted, but there are some screenshots of his post floating around about the drones over New Jersey. This might explain the alien sounds on FM radios that have also been reported. So in this post, there are screenshots that talk about what exactly is going on. I don't know if I can blow this up a little bit more for you. No. Anyway, go back to 175. I'm going to read it to you. How's that? I'm one of the few groups of people who know exactly what the drones are in New Jersey. This tweet will go into the void as I have no followers, but I'll share anyways. Please retweet. I'm having trouble. It's early. What you're seeing are American-made HPGE nuclear detector drones. They can detect the presence of gamma rays miles away, but what is a gamma ray? That'd be the stuff we attribute to radiation, electromagnetic waves that penetrate you and cause cancer. HPGE drones are built to inspect nuclear sites, but these ones aren't. Now, there's more. There's more. Let me see what's in here. That's just a picture of the HPGE drone. You see it's got the wings that collapse. I forget what they call that. There's more. There's more. In the late 2000s, the Department of Defense needed a response to the threat of dirty bombs from ISIS coming into our ports in New York and New Jersey. They've been stocking up on these drones for a while. Some were deployed to Ukraine and Russia. When Russia threatened to use dirty bombs, they look weird because they're heavy and have giant cryo coolers mounted and giant horn antennas to communicate millimeter wave. That's what that stands for. MM wave frequencies that can't be jammed. This is where I come in. The technology these drones use have few suppliers, but for MM wave equipment and the high purity germanium, the same suppliers that are backbone of my industry. So what are they doing? Collecting information on how the public will react. So that's a psyop. So that's one thing that they're doing that is effed up. They're doing a psyop. And they're testing the ability to sweep a large port city like New York for dirty bombs. That's what this guy is claiming, and this makes sense. Now on this and there's more. On this MM wave deal, I looked up MM wave, millimeter waves. It says right here, are non-ionizing radiation that can produce electromagnetic sensitivity like changes in a rodent, frog, and skate tissues. In humans, millimeter waves have penetrating effects, including impacts on the brain, producing EEG changes and other neurological and neuropsychiatric changes, increases in apparent electromagnetic hypersensitivity, and produce changes on ulcers and cardiac activity. The main safety concern is heating of the eyes and skin caused by the absorption of MM wave energy in the body. Now, this MM wave is, and I made a video about this, it's the higher end of 5G technology. So you got your 5G towers that are everywhere. That's why this guy, I made this video. You remember this guy? I made this like 3 years ago. His name was Anthony Quinn Warner. He parked that RV outside of, I think it was an AT&T. I'd have to go back and watch it myself. Building in Nashville, and it spouted this warning for like a day that it, back away, and basically it was going to blow up. I don't think it said it was going to blow up, but it's like, please get away from this RV. It was a nationwide story. And this guy was freaked out about 5G technology. And to some extent, obviously he was right, because 5G technology is really bad for humans. So anyway, moving on. But I encourage you to go back and watch that. That's why I brought it up. It's 3 years ago. Just go into my videos and go back 3 years. I've got 3 videos. I've got the initial video, and then I've got one that's 5 facts about the guy, and it talks about the 5G. And then, of course, he had some relationship with this Michelle Swing lady, and that's in there too. So anyway, I encourage you to go back and watch those. Let's get to the next post. So what are they doing? Collecting information on how the public... PSYOP, I already read that. Jersey was chose because we're the closest port to New York, and New York would be too dense for reliable wave comms. But why is the DoD silent? Again, because in the scenario we have a threat of a dirty bomb and the public doesn't know yet, the DoD needs to know how the public would react if these were deployed to sweep a city. What many don't realize is Ukraine is the reason we're here. That was the first time we deployed them in a combat zone, but make no mistake, they're there for protecting the homeland, as DoD bought hundreds of thousands to act as swarms capable of sweeping a city. And I'm sorry for all the typos. I'm on the train. This completely makes sense. It's obviously, it's not UFOs. It's not aliens. I mean, we can see that. Aliens would be much more advanced, in my opinion, if they traveled from another galaxy to here. They wouldn't have, the lights on their craft that look like the same lights that we use for our aircraft, the red, the green, the flashing. They wouldn't do that if they were trying to be incognito and peep on us. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. So this makes complete sense what this guy is saying. There's more. What many don't realize, no, I already read that, typos. And for nerds who know a bit about what I'm talking about, take a look at a close-up of the drones. They operate in a grid both to sweep areas, but also because comms are done in a mesh network operating at 200 gigahertz plus, which is very directional and needs bulky horn antennas mounted. Should note, not a military expert, but spent a third of my career as an RF engineer. We're only hired in military, telecom, finance. I'm speculating this is just a drill, but well, let's see if that's the next one. I guess that is the next one. I think it's Patero Dynamics XP4 Transwing drone. That's the name of the drone. And it goes on with a bunch of stuff here. It's about 13 feet wide, 6 feet long. So anyway, that's the type of drone, this Patero Dynamics XP4 Transwing drone. And at least some of the Jersey drones are most likely experimental VTOL drones being tested out by Navy, likely running nighttime training missions between Naucad, Lakehurst, and a Navy ship offshore. That's why they seem like they're coming in from the ocean. Let me read this though. This also explains why it's appearing every night and how it's sticking around so long. It literally has a home base to swap batteries all night long. And why they're not talking about them, it's their drones and they don't want to advertise. So it's probably Navy drones. It's our own government doing this. The exact reason why FM radio stations are receiving signals from drones isn't definitely known. It's likely a combination of incidental electromagnetic interference and the broader mystery surrounding these drone sightings. The ongoing investigations aim to clarify. So it's just interference from the drones and their technology, their waves are just overloading. It says front end overload. If the wave transmitter is very powerful and physically close to the FM radio receiver, it might overwhelm the FM radio's front end circuits, causing distortion or signal loss. So maybe it's them being near the towers. But anyway, it's our government, it's our Navy. They're testing these drones, and supposedly, from what this guy is saying, and this is the most reasonable explanation I've heard, it's definitely not aliens, folks. It is definitely our government, and they don't want to talk about what they're doing. That's all it is. I encourage you to go back and watch the other video that I made about Anthony Quinn Warner. There is some concern with the 5G stuff. So look into that. It's really interesting. I just wanted to get this done real quick. I have a very busy day, and I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. I mean, I have a video that blows up, and then I go silent. It's just been a crazy time for me. I'll try to start posting again more often. Just make sure you like, subscribe, share the video. The most important thing, share the video. Angry Americans, Angry Army, I thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.